Okay, so one thing I wrote down is this female that's like a mother figure that passed down jewelry, feels like rings, also talks about things we may have in honor of their memory. I'm getting a lot of furniture, but I'm trying to kind of like go through that, honestly. And then I think something medical happened here, like a cancer or a deterioration, and then they say thank you. And then they said, well, she did as much as she could with the time that she had. So I think that it was a short time frame decline. You have her jewelry. Yay. And then you said that's Cindy, but the other one is probably Shane. Okay, beautiful. So who is it that you're trying to find today? Shane. So you have kind of like an older father figure here, and then Shane comes through as passing before his time. Unless I'm talking to the same person, Shane seems a little younger. If you just want to clarify on that, I'd be happy to dip into all that. You have quite a few people on the other side too, so I mean, so the father figure passes of something medically, and he tells me he deteriorates in big steps, like he just slowly goes like down, essentially loses the ability to walk, has a hard time doing this. This doesn't work as good as it used to. So this father figure kind of seems like a grandfather figure that's very sweet and loving, and he's also on the other side. So who is Shane? Is he the younger gentleman that passes before his time? I know. If this isn't overstimulating, it's going to be. Guaranteed. Guaranteed overstimulation. That's how I live my life. I just live my life until the next moment that I'm overstimulated. Okay. So Cindy died from cancer. Okay, cool. Because when we channeled Cindy as this female right here, okay, we wrote down very, very clearly that not only did she pass from something medical, but she passed from cancer. Okay, so we totally had that written down. Cindy, great communicator, primary guardian angel, hands down. Okay, and she was a grandmother figure, so I love this. She still identifies like a mother figure, and you have her jewelry, so beautiful. Definitely a primary guardian angel for you. And then Shane, this young person that passed before his time, she said the Shane died very young and in a tragic way. He said, going, gone, Cato, I'm a rebel without a cause. So he talks about a situation that he takes responsibility for, essentially getting out of control, and his personality was to essentially test the limits of whatever this was. So he takes responsibility for essentially the you can be any character. It really depends on what the book is, though. If the book is a cartel book, if the book is a romantic book, you have to set your stage appropriately, Cato, and I did not do that. And then he shows me a sign symbol for going, gone, like accident stops all at once, very abruptly, just like he says there was basically nothing left of it by the time it was done. So I don't know, a car accident so bad nobody walks away from, something that you can't even really tell who or what at first, and then there's that partial responsibility. So he says, I took myself to that next level of rebel without a cause. Car wreck, and it caught fire immediately. And I was like, a car accident so bad, nobody walks away from it, and there's essentially nothing left. And what was it? It was a car accident that caught fire immediately, and there was nothing left. Who is this person to you? He says, till the end. And so it kind of makes me feel like y'all are best friends. You had each other back. You had conversations with this person. They're in the same friend group as you, if they're not a significant other, but definitely a friend group. He keeps going, Cato, show her your cowlick. And my cowlick actually forms a heart. If you look into it, I have this cowlick that forms a heart with my... And so he just like keeps sending hearts to you. He just is like, she was always there. And Cato, she's everybody's ride or die. That's what he says. That you're literally there, like, supporting your people, like, say no more. You're going to fight for the people that you love. And he's talking about how that is, like, your personality. And you love all the misfits. And you don't care if people are different or, rebellious or rich or poor or none of that. He just talks about you being like that person. He talks about you being his ride or die, and then talks about you being everybody's ride or die. Who is it to you? I got goosebumps. Brr. Y'all, people giving me goosebumps over here. Band of misfits over here. So is this like a friend then? Like longtime friend? Maybe you tried dating a little bit, but stay friends type of deal? Yeah, I see the band of misfits, and I love it. I'd rather hang out with a bunch of misfits than a bunch of people who haven't had any trauma or real life happen to them. You know, who wants to be with let's go hang out with the hoity-toities that are all vanilla and don't want to get dirty this weekend. Boo. Now, who wants to stay in and order pizza and maybe go, I don't know, run around a hiking trail? Me. Love that. He goes, well, you'll hear me. He goes, hi, Kelsey. He goes, well, she has conversations with herself all the time, talks to herself constantly, Kato, and I just get to be one of the voices up there. I just get to be the memory, and she always thinks, oh, wonder what he's doing. And he goes, I pop into her head quite often, probably daily, every few days, and that's me. Just as simple as, you know, if you're watching all the thoughts in your brain, and then they all turn to Shane for no reason, and you can't shake the thought no matter how hard you try for about 5 to 10 minutes, that's Shane. He says that you don't necessarily have a lot of things of his. He goes, but you can always make something. I talk to him every time I drive down that road, and he hears you. He knows you still talk to him. You still have that conversation. Even if you don't have anything of his, you can make something. You can have something in honor of his memory. Yeah, and he's not going anywhere. What's your relationship to him? Would absolutely love to know who he is to you. And I love the fact that he's sitting here being like, and when you have those conversations and when your mind goes to me and you can't shake it, that's absolutely me. So I think that's definitely somebody like, minimum, if you have yourself a good friend and they pass, they can at least show you that energy connections are real. The way you connect to somebody, the way your energy feels about them, that same connection you have with them, even if they're not here, you'd feel them in a gust of wind, and that's exactly who Shane is for you, and I love that. We're both besties. We are besties with his brother. So it's your male best friend's little brother. Doesn't matter if it's little brother, older brother, little brother, doesn't matter. Everybody's a good crew of misfits. Makes sense why you had a whole crew of y'all. It's exactly how the relationship seems. Love this and love that he's still around for